What's up everyone, welcome back to Bush Life Africa. This is part 2 or episode 2 of the rebuild for Bajan. So today we are off to Buckingham 4x4 to get my Viper performance exhaust installed. Viper came on board with the rebuild knowing that I'm going to be having a bit more extra weight with the vehicle, so they said maybe a bit more extra power would be nice. So I said yes please. So the reason we're going off to Buckingham 4x4 is because they are the KZN registered fitment center for Viper performance exhausts. So I'm quite excited to see how they do this today. I also have fitted up my exhaust gas temperature gauge or EGT. I didn't film that's already fitted. Again, wiring is quite boring, so I'll just show you guys. That's where I've chosen to have it. Just sits there, it's a digital, you can set an alarm on it. You can have it so it'll beep at a certain amount of temperature when the exhaust gas get that high, or you can not have it have any alarm and just watch them rise or cool off. Right now the probe is just sitting in the engine bay, so it's just picking up whatever temperatures that are in there. So yeah, quite excited. Got a stop on the way. I'm seeing my very good friend Alistair. He just bought his new Ford Ranger Raptor, the new V6 petrol, so maybe I'll get a couple clips of that in this. If I don't, it's because he's running late and then he's going to make me late, so I need to leave. But yeah, stay tuned, should be quite a cool episode. The old one and the new one. Already dirty. What's up? So just had the installation finished. As you can see, Buckingham 4x4's workshop is awesome. In my opinion, it's probably one of the biggest ones that we have in KZN. Very nice setup, awesome tools, some very nice friendly staff. They got my installation done in an hour, to the minute. So I was really impressed with that. I did expect it to take longer. They did have a bit of issues getting the original bolts off the back of the turbo. So yeah, I just expected it to be longer. So an hour. They had 4 guys working on my truck, so the staff availability is also really nice to have more hands to make the work lighter. Yeah, so I think I mentioned earlier that they are the agents for KZN for Viper. They are also the agents for MTech. So if you guys are looking for those 2 products in particular, they are hard to find in KZN anywhere else. Those are the places. That is the place to go to get those items. I had a nice long chat with Josh, the owner. Yeah, and then basically what I'm assuming everyone's waiting for is initial impression. So I've just driven about 40 kilometers. I'm on my way home now. I've just stopped at a petrol station just to get something to drink, and wow, first of all, the sound is completely different to what it used to be. It just opens up the turbo. You can hear all the noise, all the air. I think it also helps having the stainless steel snorkel. You can hear everything. Obviously guys, so I don't think I've told you either, is the system I went for and chose was a 63mm turbo back system now. So it's a full straight pipe from the turbo back, 63 mils all the way through. I went off this on a recommendation from Kobus, the owner of Viper Performance Exhaust, and I said to him, I want all the noise and all the power. What's the system I should go for? And this was what was recommended to me, the 63mm turbo back pipe. So that's what I have. He did say to me if it does become a bit annoying or if I'm getting over the sound at a later stage, it's come in, I think it's a 4-piece system. They'll pull one of the pieces out, replace it with a piece that has a resonator, and that will just dampen the noise for me. So that's an option that I have at a later stage. So if this is something you guys are interested in, that is something that they can add into. But yeah, definitely huge improvements. The one thing I will say, I know guys often say, oh, the exhaust really don't do that much. I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but it definitely feels like it just accelerates better. I wouldn't say it's faster. I feel like it accelerates better. When I put my foot down, it's going a lot better. And that was what I asked for with my exhaust. I wanted more torque, and this was the results. So this is like his all-rounder package for the Ranger. It will up the torque, up the power, and up the sound, basically. So that's what I wanted, and I feel like that's 100% what I've got. I'm extremely happy with the setup. Yeah, the EGT gauge is now working. I'll be very interested to see how it goes in terms of putting the car under load, especially when it's pulling some extra weight. Right now I've seen 400 degrees. I think I need to start worrying when it gets to about the 550 mark, but we'll see now. On the way home there is a road that I go up where I'll put the car under load and see what happens. So yeah, very, very happy, I will say that. A huge thank you to Viper Performance Exhaust, Kobus, legend. What I will do is I will do 2 clips of the exhaust. I'll probably add in some photos as well. It's quite hard to actually like film an exhaust. I mean, it's a long silver pipe pretty much. It does look very nice, as you can see. I'll add in some photos, and I will do a cold start, and I will do a video of it when I get home warmed up, so you guys can see if there are any differences. But I'll do the cold start tomorrow. But yeah, guys, loving it. Definitely worth having if it's something you're thinking about. And I do feel like the EGT gauge is also something you guys should look at getting. Yeah, but stay tuned for the next bit of this video, which will probably be right now. Alright, so just got back to my house after going up. If you guys are from KZN, you'll know the M19 has a massive hill that just keeps climbing as you go up it. So my EGT's got up to 510, which I'm still happy with. That was almost foot flat. Well, I wouldn't say foot flat actually. I was going 100 k's an hour in gear 5, maintaining gear 5, so it wasn't foot flat. But normally, and this is something cool that I noticed, normally going up that hill, I sit, so I've got a digital temperature gauge for my water and my oils and all that. Normally what I see on the engine temp, which is your water temp, it goes up to about 100, and then it cools down like instantly. It hit 100 and start cooling down straight away. This time it didn't go past 95, so that means it's about a 5-degree difference now with the new exhaust getting rid of the heat from the turbo, I'm assuming, and the engine. With it getting the gases out faster, the engine's able to maintain a cooler temperature and then obviously perform better, which was quite interesting because I mean I drive that road often, and it's normally the same way. Gear 4, hold at 100, and yeah, I was really impressed by that. So something else to think about when you guys are doing performance exhausts is not just the benefits of, you know, performance. It's performance as in a longevity for your engine, reliability. So it's not just the whole fast aspect. I know a lot of people see the word performance and they think, oh, it's just going to go fast. It's not always that. It's performance as in working and how it's going to work. I just thought that was interesting. So I'm going to do the warm start now. I don't know which order I'll edit them into the video. Maybe cold and then warm, or yeah. Anyway, you'll see now. Alright guys, so just to sign off, as you can hear, the exhaust sounds awesome. I have since put in the exhaust and done about 400 kilometers. So in saying that, I definitely can feel the difference with the exhaust. So in the 2.2 specifically, I don't know about the 3.2. There's two restrictors in the stock exhaust. One sits behind the downpipe and one sits in front of the downpipe. So previously, I had removed the one restrictor, but you actually have to pull the whole downpipe off to remove the other one, which I never did. So with that full free flow of the 63 mil, because that is the pipe sizing of all the pipes in the 2.2, it just helps it breathe so much better. Like I said, temperatures are down. The power, I don't want to use the word power because everyone will say, oh, your kilowatts don't really go up. They don't really go up. It's more about drivability. It's almost like a throttle controller. If you turn it up, your throttle controller, your car accelerates better. Okay, that's all it does, is it's throttling the control better. So from what I can feel is that the car isn't faster, but it accelerates better. When you put your foot down, you can feel the difference in the car driving, if that makes sense. So that's just from my experience. I'm sure if you threw it on the dyno, you would see a kilowatt change, but it's not like dramatic, but the drivability of the vehicle is definitely changed in my experience. Two other things I wanted to mention is you guys can actually buy a Viper performance exhaust from Viper and have it dropped off or delivered to your house. It is a kit that you can do yourself. It is actually quite easy. I chose not to do it myself this time because I was warned that the bolts can be a bit tricky behind the turbo, and I'm not a mechanic by any means, so when things worry me a little bit, I'd rather let a professional do it. Hence why I went through to the authorized dealer here in KZN at Buckingham 4x4, and like I said, they smashed out the park. An hour in and out. Thanks for coming. Yeah, it was really good, great experience. And yeah guys, if you're looking for a really good quality, I wouldn't say game changer, but definitely driving changing exhaust system, please chat to Viper Performance Exhaust. They are on Facebook, they're on Instagram. Kobus is the man to speak to. He will answer all your questions and needs. And yeah, thanks so much for watching.